Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am going to show you this 3D rose heart set on a set of gel nails. So I've already painted these nails and I'll just show you what colours I have used. So the purple is Toxic and the pink one is Holler. So what I did is I did these two in Holler, which is the pink one, and these two in Toxic. And then I did another coat of the Holler over the purple just to bring the same shimmer across all these nails. And then I went in and I did a top coat and then I cured all that, so it's still sticky now, so I'm just going to remove that sticky layer and then we can crack on with this nail design. So I'll just wipe that off quickly. So they are such lovely colours, but if you know me, you know purple's my favourite colour. So before I start anything on these nails, I'm going to do these two nails with the art. So I'm just going to take a buffer block and I'm just going to buff where I'm going to be putting the 3D work so that it sticks better. So I'm not going rough, just gently. So as far as I think I'm going to have that design. So I'm going to go about, yeah. So I'll just give that another quick wipe to get rid of that dust. Move that. Right, so on my palette to start with, I'm just going to put tiny little bit of white polish. So the reason I've just put white on there is this art, I just want to mark it out so that I know that the arts are going to be the same. So if I hold these nails together, I'll get this side done first and then we'll match the other side up. So just going to get a bit of that onto a detailing brush and just do the outline of the art, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Oops. So this don't have to be dark. So as you can see, I've got my art. So that is just for a guide. So that is the only time I am going to use the white polish. So I'm going to bang that back into the lamp just to cure that. And then while that's curing, I'm just going to clean this up and get rid of this palette. Okay, so I'll just go through what I am using today for these. Okay, right then. So I have got some 3D gel. So these came in a little pack like that from eBay. I think it was about 12 quid. So I'm going to be using the white one today. Then I have got these little gel stirrers, which again I got off of eBay, but there's like a flat one, a pointy one and a little scoop. So the only two on that I'll probably use today is these two. So I can put that one out of the way. I've got a really little 3D acrylic brush, some micro beads and my other palette. So let's show you. Right, so that is set. So if I put them together, it brings like the art shape up. Make sure these are all nice. Right, so I'm going to take this. Let me just show you this palette because I've already started. If you get them all done before you start, it's a lot easier. So I'm just going to put that there. So this side, I'll zoom in for this part. So this side's big. I say big, they're still tiny. and this one is a little one. So I'm just going to take barely anything and then just roll that in my fingers to get, she says, and drops it. Okay, I'll try again. To get a tiny little bead, and then I'm just going to pop that onto this palette. So as you can imagine, this is sticky, and then I'm just going to get an even smaller little bead, or a little piece, and do it exactly the same. Just roll it in your finger and then pop that onto the smaller side. So bigger bead. I mean, you can add more. Oh God, frog in my throat. You can add more if there ain't enough product, but it's tiny. This is where all these little tools come in handy when you're using 3D gel. So that's a bigger one, and then another little one. So and then just drop it on which side is the little and which is the big. Okay, so once you've rolled all them, you're good to go. It's a lot quicker this way. So I've got a little pot of gel res there, so I don't need that one. Let's come a bit closer. So if you take your hand, take your pointy little tool, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stab one of these, or pick it up, and I'm just going to place that onto that nail. So I'm just going to press it slightly just so it sticks, and then I have got a dotting tool, so I've got one with a bigger end and one with a little end. So I'm going to take the little end and I'm just going to start it can move until I get this on the nail. So as you can see, it's put like a little hole in there for you. So I'll just take my gel res now, swirl that brush to a point. I think that might have made that too big, so I'm just going to squidge that back into a circle, and then just take my brush, put it in the middle and just flatten it out just a little bit. You don't want to do it a lot. So you could make these as thick as you want. So as soon as you get that gel on there, it seems to set a lot better. So I'm going to try and pick this up with my brush instead. Nope, not having it. Let's try it with this again. Okay, so I'm going to put one in there. Again, I'll try it, see if it'll work. Just get that little hole in the middle, and then get this little brush and just start making that bigger. So I like that one a lot better than that, so I'm going to get rid of that one, which is a good thing, because with it being gel, until you put it in the lamp, it's not gonna cure. So I'm going to take that off and re-roll that. Just roll it and then just drop it onto there. Go back to my little brush and then just flatten that out a little tiny bit. So you don't want to flatten it out properly, not flat. Just want to make a little hole in that centre. So basically, you pick these up, pop that onto the nail. So because I've stabbed that, it should have an hole in the middle if I just use my brush to prise that off. Roll that brush and then just go in that centre and just wiggle it in a circle. just ever so gently flatten that out. So that's my second one. So this will be time consuming, there's no shorter. See if it helps if I stick that into the gel res and then place it. Which it did. So again, I'm just going to stab it and wiggle it round and then just go back in and ever so slightly flatten that out to the sides. Again. And that is what I'm going to do for this first layer all the way on this nail. So like that piece there, because I've got a gap there, I'm going to just squidge that over that way a little tiny bit more. Pick up the next one. And bob that one on. Roll that brush and stab it. I'm very violent stabbing stuff. Just start flattening that out a little bit. So this one I've just overlapped slightly just to give it a better definition. So I'm going to get the next one. Yeah, I definitely need my brush to get it off of this. In the middle, roll it round just so that it's got that all, and then just start flattening that out. So I'm going to go for two smaller sizey ones. So I'm going to try and get this one into there. So again, I'm just going to push that onto. So if these start coming over and misshapen, they're not too bad, but just get your brush and just push them back into that art shape. So I need to get one in that little bit there. So let's see if I have got a little one. So I'm going to go for this one. So this one I might have to make the shape a little bit different just so that it comes down on to that point. But I'm going to do the same, get the brush in there, wiggle it round, flatten it out to try and fill that little gap in there. Just push that in so it's not overlapping, and then this bit I'm going to pull it more down onto an angle this way, just so that it's still into that point. It's not going to bother the design too much, so I won't worry about that. Okay, so now before I cure this, I'm just going to squidge that a little bit. Go back in and just make sure that your rolls are all still nice and they're not closing up. So you're left with, so I'm just going to try and pull that little bit there. Again, like I say, it's not a big deal if you've got a little gap, because you could go in and fill that with something like a little stone or whatnot. So I'm going to go in and cure it. So I'll put that in for the full minute. And then do exactly the same on this side. Yeah, so, and then I will pop that into the lamp before the coals up again. Right, so as you can see, what you're left with is like little rings with loads of holes. So I'm just going to take these micro beads now and just going to pour a few out. You probably won't need that many, so I'll just do a few for now. And then these littler ones on this side. I'm going to pick up these little beads of 3D, and I'm going to place them in the centre of these flowers. And then again, you need to just wiggle them. So the littler beads are better. Could probably even do with them being half that size. So I'm gonna just half them and just pop them into that centre. They are a lot better, so I might have to take that other one, the first one I did, pop them in. And take this one out, which is a good thing because you can do that because it's not cured. So I'm going to take that one out. So these ones that I have just put in, I'm just going to take this dotting tool and just do an hole straight in the middle, just twist it. You see that? And then to stop these joined up, I'll put these little beads in first as well. Oh, do you know, I'll spill everything, me. I'm just going to take these little beads, and while they're still wet, I'm just going to bob them into the centre. Can you see that? Same with this one. And then just flash cure that so they don't lose the shape. Okay. So again, I'm going to have to half these now. I should just pick one up, put it on my finger, use this to slice it in half. Leave half on there, roll it, pick it up and place it in the centre of one of these. Go in with the dotting tool and just stab it. Pick a couple of them beads up and push it into that hole. Do the same with this one. Place that into there. Roll it. And then flash cure that so they don't lose the shape. And then I'm just going to carry on doing that all the way down these nails. So just to save a bit of time, I am going to fast forward this bit because you will get bored watching me roll these bits of 3D gel if not. So I'm going to bung that in there and then I will start fast forwarding this for you guys. a little. Place that in to that centre. And then just roll again. Fill that all. And then pick up. Them beads. So I'm going to put that one under the lamp as well and cure them both for a full minute. So any leftover, let's have a look. I think I had a little bit of a gap on one of these. Yeah, I've got like, can you see that tiny little gap there? So I'm just going to take one of the smaller ones and fill that in just with a small bead, and I'm just going to put an all in the middle. Right, now I'm happy with that, I'm going to throw that back under the lamp for a minute. Okay, so once you're happy with that, so you can see the outline, I think it needs just something to, I might edge it with some micro beads, to be honest. So I'm just going to put some out. This again. Some top shine. Guys, this video is gonna be so long. Okay. So if you could, I mean, you could leave it how it was. It don't look bad. But if you want that shape ever so slightly more detailed, I'm just going to go in, and in between all these little flowers, I'm just going to go in and fill them with some top coat just to define that shape a little bit more. Like there, you can see there's a little bit with a gap, so I can go in and fill them. And then I'm going to pop that into the lamp again.
And then do the same on this one. So it's slightly there, so just put a couple in. To make it more into that shape. Little buggers don't want to come off. Right, so a little bit there, maybe a little bit there, so I'll just pick these up, put a couple in that little bit, a couple in there. So before I do that bottom bit, I'm just going to check how far down this one is coming. So when they're together, it's to come down a little bit. I need them to match, so I'm just going to add some in there.
So that is perfect. So cure them, make sure that is fully cured now for a full minute.